104.5 XLO, New England's best variety, and your home for the 25K holiday payday. Time to check in with our senior Bachelorette correspondent, find out what's happening in the Bachelorette. Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How about you?
We're fine. What happened last night?
So I missed you guys last week, but Claire's gone. We replaced her with Tasha. She's already off to a much better start. Last night there were 2 group dates. One was a grown man challenge, and it was basically like, can you cook me breakfast, which pretty much everyone passed. The guy who lost, the guy who lost, he got the man-child award, and he was Ed. He was a good sport about it, though. He kind of laughed it off and was like, oh, whatever. And the reason he lost, I think, was only because he lost the, tug-of-war challenge, which was basically 2 men strapped at either end of a rope, and you're fighting for, pulling against each other for a bouquet, and he lost that, got absolutely dragged. So I think that's the only reason he got the man-child award and, lost that challenge.
Hold on a minute. It sounds like we're one step away from gladiators.
Basically, because then the next group date was basically a cage fight. Because there was some tension between Ed and this other guy, Chasen, and that's not Jason with a J, it's Chasen, C-H. So they had some beef, and Tasha was like, oh, I noticed there's some tension in the house, so I figured we'd have a fight today. And they're like, oh, great. So everyone that was on the date knew that it was basically going to be those 2 fighting each other, even though the rest still had to fight too, but they didn't really have a dog in the fight as much as those 2 did. So everyone does their thing, whatever, good sports about it, and then it's their turn, Ed and Chasen's turn to fight, and Ed kind of backs out, cries over to Chris, oh, my shoulders dislocate, and sure, he probably does have a valid health reason, but it also looked bad on his part that everybody else, participated in the challenge, and then he backed out at the last minute. So
now, Sarah, there's some drama that was going on between Ed and Chasen, that Chasen might have not been in the house for the right reasons.
Yeah, which, is always a phrase they throw around in every season. I feel like Ed is probably right about Chasen. I'm not a huge fan of him, but Tasha decided to keep both of them around. Sounds like she has some feelings for Chasen, and she's trying to work it out and doesn't really quite want to believe, that he's there for the wrong reason. So she's willing to give him another chance and see where it goes. But she's at least aware of it now and is looking out for that and is a little bit more cautious, not only with him, but I think with the others as well.
Okay, who do you think is the front runner right now before we let you go?
So she had 2 that kind of stuck out for me last night. It was Ben and I'm blanking on his name.
Oh,
it was another guy. They're both kind of Zach. Ben and Zach.
Okay.
They're both kind of, I don't know, in the background a little bit, not, staying out of the drama from the other ones.
Gotcha.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Sarah, our senior Bachelorette correspondent, thank you very much for the update. We'll talk to you next week.
You're welcome. See you then.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.